Hello folks, this is Tarik Chowdhury. I hope you enjoyed watching the video on serviced accommodation, and there's also a few other videos on my YouTube channel. I've only just started in property from about 2016 onwards since retiring, so I'm not here to tell you I'm the world's greatest expert or anything like that. I just want to share with you what I've learned during the last few years, and trying out new different ideas around property, try not to follow what everybody else is doing, and trying something different in a few particular areas. I'm also don't want to sell you anything, so there's not going to be any adverts popping up here and there and so on. I just want to share what I've done for the last few years, and hopefully the videos provide a basis on which for you to evaluate what you want to do around property. What I've realized around property is that it can give you so many opportunities. There's so many different strategies. You can do a single let, you can do a HMO, you can do serviced accommodation, which I'll just mention in a few minutes. You can then go into small commercial, big commercial, you can go to hotels and very big deals and so on, and people are doing those. But the great thing about it is it's really a people business. There's so many people involved in so many professions, from architects, lawyers, accountants, designers, estate agents, builders. Yes, we love our builders and tradesmen. If you can find a good builder, let me know. But so we got a whole range of professions there, and then what you're doing is you're trying to take your savings or borrow some money, or borrow off investors, to then apply that to a particular property project and increase your return, and also leverage as well at the same time by revaluation of the particular property. I've got some notes here. I'm probably off script for most of it anyway, but what I've learned is that one of the important things is really making sure you've got a bit of a dream, that what you want to do, a vision, and don't suppress your thoughts to thinking, well, I can't achieve this, or don't let others suppress your thoughts. Try to visualize where you're going to be in the next 4 or 5 years. And I will tell you now, where I'm going, or where I hope to be, I couldn't have imagined that 3 or 4 years ago. So it's important to have that dream and hang on to that dream. That dream it's like your future savings that you draw on. When you're feeling down and you feel things aren't going well, that dream is something that you hold on to. It's not going to disadvantage you in any way. It's actually going to uplift you, lift you up to where you want to be. But the second thing, which this is sort of part of my motto or on my logo, is once you have that dream, then you need to plan. You need to ruthlessly plan. Use the best project management techniques you can get hold of. Use common sense as well. Apply that in a combination of rigor, of scientific approaches in assessing particular things, financial calculations, etc. Common sense, listening to people, what people have to say, etc. That's your planning stage, and making sure that is as good as you can make it, without being too risk averse, and being able to sort of talk yourself out of a particular project. And then the third area, I think, is about creation. So you go from dream, you go to plan, and then you have to create something. There's no point having the dream and then having a plan, and then you actually have not created anything. The creation is the actual the test of your brilliance, of all your dreams and of your plans. The creation is where you bring people together and you harness the different talents that people have together for a particular project, and that's at that point you'll know whether your plans have actually worked or not, and you can adjust those. So the creation is very important, and you're not after perfection, but you're after the ability to create something and the ability to actually execute it to a particular level. Now, what I just wanted to mention around serviced accommodation, the general hierarchy, as I understand it, around property is that you start off with a single let, very easy. You let that out for a year, 2 years to a family or a group of professionals. The next stage is an HMO. There's a video around about that on my channel that you can have a look at. And there's some great people around that I've learned from, from Progressive Community. There's so many other, Tom Heaney, Wendy Whitaker Large, Kevin MacDonald, David Siegler, and of course not to mention, some of the greats like Rob Moore, Mark Homer, etc. So these are people you can read up on, get in contact with, network with other people in your local area. So these are the sorts of things that will add that extra oomph, let's do that again, extra oomph to what you're doing, because property can be quite hard. So back to the single let, then you go to an HMO, and then serviced accommodation is a very, very good option to go through, particularly what they call rent to rent SA, which is where you actually rent out with the consent of the landlord or the managing party of a particular property or apartment or a house, and then you re-let that out on Airbnb or Booking.com, and you actually make a decent return on that. Pay the rent on a monthly basis to the owner, and you make a profit on top of that. What I wanted to say, just finishing off now, really, is that if you want to start serviced accommodation, there's some great reports by Airbnb and Booking.com and others about the increase. People want more, don't want to book a hotel all of the time. They want a bit of freedom that a property can give them. They can self-check in. They've got the whole family with them, etc. They might want a kitchen. They may want to cook. They may want a particular garden. They want a particular location. So serviced accommodation is really, I think, the people's choice. There's a place for hotels as well, definitely. But now, the great thing about serviced accommodation is that everybody has a house or are renting a house or know somebody who has a house. And here's my kind of tip to finish off with. If you're starting out and don't have much money, as I did not have a few years back, what you could do is ask your friend and say, look, can we go into a little bit partnership? If you've got a flat, is there a spare room that I could use? I want to test out serviced accommodation. I want to learn how to do it. And you could do that on a no risk basis with somebody that you know in your family or whatever. Obviously, you need their consent, and you've got to make sure that you do it all legally and correctly and so on, insurance-wise and so on. But don't wait years and years to save up for a house and then do serviced accommodation. Talk to landlords to say, look, do you have a particular house that isn't doing well? Or the ground floor, the upstairs may be rented out to somebody, and say, I'll take the ground floor, or I'll take the top floor. And, so this way there's some creative ways that you can actually then just refurbish a particular property, get it ready, as we've described in the video, and then just put it on Airbnb. Do it for 1 month. If it doesn't work, it didn't work. Find out what the reasons are. Put it on. Get a couple of bookings in. Get your reviews in. We priced our rooms low to start off with, so we could get the reviews in. We gave free chocolates. I went out and hosted and said hello to people as well to get the reviews up, get the engagement up, get the interest up, and so on. So this is something that you can do as an experiment if you're new to it. If you're an established SA provider, you don't need any lectures from me. Then the issue really is how you're going to scale up, how you're going to become more efficient, what's your niche as well. It's not just a bed for the night. It could be particular experiences that you provide as well. So I don't want to go on for too long and send you to sleep, but these are some lessons that I've learned, and I just want to leave you with that thought that I said earlier on, is that have that dream, make the plan, and then go out and create. So dream, plan and create. Thank you for watching. This is Tarik Chowdhury.